person say to me, well, if in fact Donald Glover's art does influence, is influenced by his wife, is that necessarily a bad thing? Well, I think it could only be bad if you are muting the tales of white women as it refers to their privilege, perhaps, in a racist America. You know what I mean? Because that's not the perspective that you're coming from. And listen, let me just say this. Being black is not a monolithic experience. You know, there are plenty of black people who are married interracially. And a story for them has to exist as well. You know, I don't think that anybody has a monopoly on degrees of blackness. Who I love doesn't vary my degrees of blackness. Because guess what? When the racist spaceship come, they still gonna take me. Okay? It doesn't matter that I have these biracial children or this other, you know, raced partner. So I don't know. Remember when Charlemagne asked Kanye if whether he could trust the Kardashians, and Kanye kind of paused for a long moment, you know, and he said something to the effect of, you know, I gotta be careful because I gotta go home, you know. I think in that moment, Kanye was acknowledging the fact that, you know, in that moment, even by the refusal of him to answer that question because he had to go home, that lets you know that, yeah, his art has to be, the way he presents has to be influenced by who he loves. And the only issue with that is, and it's not an issue. I think that if in the case that we want black stories to be told from the perspective of a black man loving a black woman, then that's what we have to support. You know, if you have a problem with maybe this art to you didn't really represent you and you weren't really into it, then just don't support it. And that's it. I'm sure Donald Glover will be fine with that, you know. But I definitely feel like when you look at the likes of a Quincy Jones or a Dave Chappelle or even a Kanye West or even a Donald Glover, you know, one of the things that you have to acknowledge is, I think, and we've talked about this previously, there's one thing for you to have chosen a partner out of love, and there's another thing for you to choose a partner because it fits the script. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is you see having this particular type of partner as a status symbol or as an attribute to who you perceive yourself to be. And I think that's where the lines can get blurred. I don't give a fuck about who you loving. I don't care, honestly. I really don't. But if you chose that person because it fits a particular script, or it is a status symbol of having arrived with the status quo of who you think you are, you know, that's when, and you have to know, you can't be fooled to believe that everybody chose who they chose out of love. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Not every nigga in Hollywood that you see who's dating, you know, the bitches who are shaped like Ant's Life and you don't know, you know, she's racially ambiguous. You got to know that not all them niggas is choosing them bitches just because they love them. They're choosing them because that's who they're supposed to have on their arm. I mean, if you have someone else, I don't know. It doesn't really fit the script. You know? Just my opinion. I don't know. So one person, and shout out to the Ain't Shit Show of Atlanta. What's poppin'? All right. So a question was posed to me, and I'm going to pose this question to you guys. So the question was posed, hey, why is it that Kanye West is given a pass for his asinine and racist comments, and we haven't given a pass to Tina Campbell or Omarosa or Stacey Dash? What is the difference? So, I wanted to think about that for a moment because I said to myself, I wanted to check myself and make sure, like, you're not giving Kanye a pass because he's a man, right? You're not giving him a pass because I do think in this patriarchal society that we live in, and and this is not even shade or tea, but I want to make sure that we're all on the same page about stuff. And when I say patriarchal society, I mean from the standpoint of we have an understanding that we exist in a world where the belief is males hold a dominant role, cisgendered hetero males to be exact, hold a dominant role in politics and moral authority and social privilege. So in this society, are we giving Kanye a pass that we are not giving, like they said, Tina Campbell, what's homegirl's name? Y'all homegirl. We'll get back to that. Omarosa, Stacey Dash, right? Are we not giving certain people, why are we not giving these women a pass, but we gave Kanye a pass? Now, here's my reasoning. I gave Kanye a pass because this is someone who, we've seen operate under a different guise. So that's number one. And number two, I feel like what we witnessed from him was not just a soundbite gone wrong. We were looking at, admittedly, someone who is suffering from a drug addiction because of a drug addiction, who went under psychoses, who experienced emotional, physical, and mental crises, right? And still is. My belief is that those women were operating under their own recognizance and just kind of giving their opinion. So you've aligned yourself with a xenophobe, misogynistic, race-sick homophobe, right? Tina Campbell, for instance. And not to pull her card because, listen, she has the right to have her opinion. Everyone has the right to have their opinion. You don't have to agree with me because we have to be able to live in a world where even if I don't like your opinion, all I got to do is just not fuck with you. That's it. Because I just don't want that energy. But I don't need to rip you up over it. But the facts is that, why would Tina Campbell, a Christian, be aligning herself with 45? Is it that she's against immigration? Is it because she's, getting paid like the top 1% of America and she loves the tax cuts? Is she out here working like that? I mean, that's what I'm asking. Is she out here like that? That would be my thing, And as far as I know, she's not out here like that. So, I don't know. God bless you, Tina Campbell. But what I will say is that I believe that, it's a different thing when you are giving someone an okay because they had a psychological breakdown, and I think that that's what we witnessed from Kanye. And I think that the brother needs help. You know what I mean? I really don't. I can't even take his opinions seriously. I can't study those opinions. Nigga, you not in your right mind. But those heifers was in their right mind. And really sometimes I really believe that some of these people who are aligning themselves, some of these black people who are aligning themselves with Trump are only doing so because they are homophobic. Honestly. Because what else could you be aligning yourself with him? What else is there, sis? I don't know. So Young Thug and Future, to let you niggas know it's real, got each other's names tattooed on them. So, quick question for y'all. How many of yous have other people's name tattooed? Now, I'm not asking if it's your mama, your daughter, your son, your ex-man, your whatever. I'm just saying, how many of yous got other people's name tattooed on you? Really? I'm not judging. I'm just saying. Would you tattoo your homie's name on you? Listen, I love you. I love you. I love you down. But you're never going to find me with a branding on me. Not your name. Not any nigga's name. No, thank you. No, thank you. No. Why for? Why for come? I think that's a crazy idea. No. Why would I do that? First of all, I feel like it's almost bad luck to tattoo somebody's name on you. I feel like it's almost bad luck. And furthermore, I feel like, isn't there another way for me to remember you? Yeah, it was weird to me. What are your thoughts? I mean, is that okay if your man came and he had his homeboy's name tattooed on him or his homegirl's name tattooed on him? Wouldn't that be like, okay, cool, okay. I don't know. I didn't know what to think, but listen, yo, I don't want to like rewind like this, but was it me or did SJP look like the Crypt Keeper at the Met Gala? For God so loved the world. Yo, what happened to Carrie's face? I'm just asking for a friend, okay? So don't look at me like, oh, you not be mindful, you be nasty bitch. I'm just asking for a friend. That's all I'm saying. Oh, you guys, so many things. Okay. So I kind of want to pull you guys in for a real moment this week. And I know normally I use these moments to talk about maybe something going on in general or to try to teach you something. But I wanted to have a transparent moment because not only are we on a mindfulness journey, but I think that and you know what, let me just say this, just so we're not confused. Mindfulness, basic human ability to be fully present and aware of where we are and what we're doing, right? And not being overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. So we are being conscientious, right? This the only part of this journey. Now, I know it sounds very simple, right? But, listen, here's the thing about being mindful. Or I think that anybody who experiences a spiritual journey where there is moral accountability involved, even if you don't want to call it a mindfulness journey, but even if you are a spiritual or religious person and whatever your practice is to hold yourself morally accountable, you know what I mean? I think that the thing about that journey is transparency and holding yourself to the same light that you want to shine. And so basically what I mean by that is, I think we've all been at a place at some point in time where we had to put our money where our mouth is, so to speak, And I knew from the very beginning that going on a mindfulness journey was not going to be easy. It didn't. What's funny is that this journey looked very much like, to me, from the beginning, I started to see mindfulness coming at me from every angle. And what I mean by that is it's almost like when you get a car, right? And all of a sudden you look around and you see that car everywhere, right? When I first got my car, I was like, oh, okay, so now everybody's going to get a baby Benz. Y'all is so fucking copycat. The truth was that I was just, from a narcissistic standpoint, seeing it more. It wasn't that there were, there's a possibility that maybe there were more on the streets, but people tend to see more of life coming at them, whatever they're putting out there. So what I was putting out there was that I wanted mindfulness. I wanted my life to be a reflection of what mindfulness was, which means that I had to have acceptance. I had to have empathy. I had to have self-control.